Okay, I'm back again, and this time I'm down here with the Kraton 8S EXB. And yeah, I've been beating it around a little bit and doing a few odds and ends on rainy days since it's been a lot lately. And figured that, yeah, the other time I had it out, it was kind of swirly. At least the rear of it looked like it was swirling. So considering that I had a really ridiculous suspension on my Outcast, I pretty much just checked out just how much give this or twist these arms have on this truck. And yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole lot, especially going back. So yeah, I figured why not go on and deal with that nonsense. Yeah, so the way I got this thing set up is that I got mud guards on the back. It's the same flaps that's in the front, the ones that come with the actual Outcast 8S. Yeah, it comes stock on that truck. This one, it didn't come stock with it at all. I had to buy all of it. Since it's a Kraton, whatever. Yeah, and this one has that GPM upper plate. So I took the plastic plate. Yeah, I wasn't going to put the aluminum plate in the rear for some dumb reason. Just go on and see if the plastic one will work, since I haven't actually broken one of those since. Actually, the only one I've broken the plastic upper plate, I broke it on the first Kraton I had. Yeah, and that was over 2 years ago. Yeah, so they've been holding up pretty, although I did replace all of the plastic ones I have for the GPMs, with the GPM, so, oh well. It is what it is. Yeah, this thing is actually beefy as heck. I don't really play around with these links. I mean, I still got the EXB links in the rear. I mean, in the front for the steering, but that's about it. All the other rod ends is these ridiculous overkill 8M8 hem joints. These things are nuts. And as you can see, yeah, I got them on the huge 10mm shocks. I got them on the EXB turnbuckles. I pretty much got them everywhere, if that I can put them. These things do not break at all. Yeah, so I figured to combat the twisting that the damn thing is doing in the rear because of the damn RPM arms, obviously, I would want to put on an extra set of links just like this to triangulate it, just like I put on the Outcast. That thing was ridiculous in the same way. So yeah. But first things first, these mud guards for the rear. On the Kraton, they don't go on completely the way they come. I had to actually cut out a little piece, just like that, from the front. Here's how they look on the front. Yeah, so I actually had to cut it out just like this, so it could fit over, yeah, so it could fit over the body post. Nothing too major. I just went on and did it with some wire cutters. You know, used getting the drum on some garbage like this, and it's just some bloody plastic. But yeah, since it is what it is, and obviously that front steering post, I mean the front upper plate, is the same upper plate that the front arms go on. I figured I could actually use that to triangulate it, and I did that for the Outcast. So now I made these giant, ridiculous overkill yeah, links, if you can call them links anymore. It look like they can fit on the damn car. They're so freaking huge. Yeah, I got a big hand, and these are kind of small in my hand, but still, they're big. yeah, M8 is not playing around. So what I want to do is just go on. Yeah. And these, the way they are, actually won't fit on the steering plate for some odd reason. It's a little too big because it's M8. So I actually had to go get one of my cutting bits and cut away some material from the plastic, just a little bit, just enough to get it to fit, so it would fit. Oh yeah, and yeah, I'm bumbling around with this because I'm constantly forgetting crap. These are M8 hems. That means that the screw part, the part that screws on the turnbuckle, is M8, and the eyelid is also M8. So I took a 6 by 8 millimeter carbon fiber tube and cut a piece off of it and put it in there so I can use it with M6 screws. Yeah, because M8 screws is, well, there's no real point in using M8 screws with this because that's just way too much crap. And I didn't want to try to buy M8 screws because the only M8 screws that I have is sitting inside of this. So yeah, the inside of this, as you can see, there's M8 nuts and bolts, washers, and then there's this steel piece that I got from Home Depot. It's just a big steel tube to fit over the M8 screw that I put in here. And yeah, these are two right-hand hem joints, and a big M8 bolt is inside of it. I just cut off the head of one end and just screwed the whole thing together, along with some along with a lot of blue Loctite to keep the whole thing together. So yeah, so let's bungle this thing together. Hopefully it gets in there. Yeah, it's gonna screw around with me now. It would screw around with me now, and I actually had this damn thing together, fitting it together, making sure it fit. But as it is, nothing wants to work when you're actually videoing it. So yeah, and since I'm actually doing this off the truck, because it'll be a pain in the butt to do it while it's on the truck. Seriously. Let's just go on and use that. There we go. Ugh. I wonder, can I get a wash on that? Yeah, I can. Yep, it fits. And get my M6 nut on there on both of these. The thing that went flying somewhere was my it was this thing that went flying somewhere. No. Oh yeah, that's solid. Yeah, the idea from this actually came from another GPM part that literally bolts right to the diff in there, the diff case, and it pretty much triangulates the rear, but it's weak as hell. I mean, it looks it looks pretty bad. But I think it tends to want to work. Oh yeah, another thing. This mess back here. Oh, we gotta shimmy that in there to get it to fit over these damn body posts. Okay, that's in there. That's in there solid too. Now this actually gonna work. Yeah, I went through a bit of a time trying to get it in the Outcast too, but it worked. I think I used carbon fiber. I made links out of the same M8 bolt for the Outcast, and I used carbon fiber instead of the steel tube. But steel tube works too. Yeah, no, obviously these M6 bolts all came from this thing. Yeah, I'm using the largest one for this 50mm thing. Yeah, so whatever works. And then I gotta try to get that in there. And that fits. So actually this thing is it's gonna have enough clearance to not fool around with the makeshift mud guard I got on there. Yeah, just throw on a mud guard with some HDPE. Oh wow. Yeah, that's sure that up pretty good. At least it'll keep it from moving forward. As long as that axle doesn't want to actually move forward, it'll lose all that stupid swirliness and still be flexible enough to not break when you go to smash into it. Now all of these bloody fake 7075 EXB parts is probably going to end up failing one way or another, and the hedge pin can obviously bend like a noodle if you land on one of these arms. The RPM arms aren't going to break though. I definitely figured that out. So yeah, so it looked like that actually works, man. And I don't even I'm going to be bothered with the other side yet. So yeah, that's a wrap right there. Seriously. Now, yeah, I think I done screwed up a little bit with the body post. Let's just throw this back on there and see if I actually screwed up the body post. Oh yeah, I love nonsense. Hey, what was that? Oh dang, something fell behind me. I'm over here just making a big old mess. Yeah, this thing fell behind me. Why it's behind me? I have no clue. Yeah, I was working on that, so. It looked like it looks like it's actually gonna work. I mean, it's all the way back, the body post. It's all the way back, but still on that good. So that's actually gonna work. Yeah, but to be honest, I've definitely been lazy with this truck. Let's see, I got the body over here. And yeah, I got this. I took the basher bar off of it to polish it up. Yeah, and it looks pretty damn good. Yeah, you can see my face in it, can't you? Well, barely. So, yeah, I mean, it's decent. I really do gotta get this thing back on there if I want to be jumping anytime soon, because the chassis is pretty much Play-Doh. I do have another M2C chassis up there that I never got around to throwing on this thing, because I bought it probably the same time I made this bar. And yeah, I actually made this bar. Yeah, I just found a company that literally sells you 7075 and all kinds of actual, you know, dimensions and whatnot. So I just got a nice piece big enough for a bar. Yeah, and this is a 1/4 inch thick. So this is real. And it polished up so fucking nice too. Oh my god. So yeah. It is what it is, and I'm thinking that I might as well go on and button this thing back together. I really don't want to work on this damn thing too much, because I can always break it, and then I'll be working on it even more, considering that it's mostly stock. I don't know, I mean, I throw around the Outcast a lot more than I do this thing, so I'll probably just save all those aluminum pieces that I bought to upgrade this thing for the Outcast EXB. Although, yeah, when it comes to that thing, the other one in there, that basher, the one with the M2C basher chassis, I mean, yeah, that thing got a lot of stuff on it. Oh boy. Yeah, so, that was a nice clean upgrade. Very clean, very nice. Yeah, I know these links are definitely overkill, but when you got a truck like this with some of the components on it being what it is, pretty undersized for a 5th scale, even though it can take a complete 5th scale system. I mean, what are you gonna do? You just think of doing some stuff that can improve performance without wearing it down too much. I mean, these shocks are definitely a godsend. These links, these rod ends are definitely a godsend. Now, they are the easiest things to bolt onto the truck, especially these stupid links. I mean, the rod ends. I mean, case in point, down there for the RPM arm, I didn't have to drill into the RPM arm to get it to fit, but it's definitely wedged in there. I mean, it is wedged in there. If I wanted to take that thing out, I would have to go grab a tool to do it, because I can't do it by hand. I mean, I have to use pliers to get them in there, wedged in there so tight. But it's done. It's done. I'll go in and bolt this thing all back up and get it back out. It's probably still raining though. But this thing likes to rain for the most part. It is what it is. Yep, Kraton EXB constantly has a work in progress. As long as I don't end up destroying the thing, being stupid with it. Like another certain Kraton that so happened to put giant tires on it and a monster truck body, and then send it to the moon and sent it to the workbench. Yeah, it's in there. I still got to fix on that. I bought another truck, a real cheap truck. I bought to throw on the parts on it that I need to fix that thing back up. because throwing those big stupid tires on it, let me see, where's those tires at? I got one right here. Yeah, these things. Putting these tires on that truck was one of the dumbest things I've ever did. Because those tires are huge. And huge tires usually means your drive shafts, drivetrain, diffs, all of that stuff. And all of that stuff is undersized in this truck. I mean, even the damn screws for the diffs are 3.5 millimeters instead of 4. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, 3.5 millimeter screws for the diffs. And what do you know? All you see is problems with the diff screws breaking and backing out and all that nonsense. Arrma, y'all say y'all listening. If y'all want another version of the same, please put 5th scale stuff in it. 7, 8 millimeter drive shafts, full M4 screws in the diffs. I mean, this thing got what, 6 millimeter drive shafts at best. I think that's 6. I don't even know. Are they 6? Let's see. Let's match them up with an M6 screw. Yeah, that's 6 millimeter drive shaft. So, no, actually, no, that's smaller than that. That's what? It might be what? 5.5 millimeter drive shafts. 5.5 millimeter drive shafts. I don't even. Most of my 1/5 scales have 7 millimeter drive shafts. I mean, I think I got the Red Cat. I think the Red Cat either has 6 or 7. Yeah, 6 or 7, something like that. But I have never had a problem out of the drive shafts on any of my 5th scale trucks. None. I mean, the only problem I ever had drivetrain wise out of any of my big 1/5 scale trucks was the rear diff case on the DBXLE. The damn input gear managed to separate from some kind of way from the housing and melt the case up, and when I looked at that, I was like, oh my god, those gears in there probably all chewed up, and I looked at that, I'm like, okay, I took it apart, I'm like, what? These gears survived all of that? Oh yeah, the other one, the Red Cat R5, the front. This pretty much the exact same thing happened where the input gear ate up the diff housing, and I looked at those gears and I thought they would be chewed up, and literally all I did was throw them back in the truck with another housing, and they are fine. They still in the truck. That's 1/5 scale. That's 1/5 scale. Literally, there's no. I got 5 actual 1/5 scale trucks with 1/5 scale components, and literally they had all 5 of them have the same diffs that they came with. Same diff cup, same everything. I have not upgraded anything out of any of those drivetrains at all. Nothing. No, they haven't been without their problems, but all of those trucks are still running the same diffs that they came with, including that Red Cat buggy that I got, that I put that XL2 system in a long time ago, and that XL2 system probably don't even work anymore. I ran that on 8S, and it was a fireball. But yeah, I would love to throw a Max 5 in that thing. tear up some stuff. Oh, but I'll probably tear up that buggy if I did that. Boy. I mean, I don't know. But that fifth scale stuff, even if the arms and hubs and crap like that aren't up to the standards of a true low C5T or DBXL or even the Rovens that copied them, that Red Cat is still in one piece and it's not been upgraded either. It's still got most of its plastic parts. And I ran the living hell out of that thing. I mean, I got that thing on an impulse. And it took a backseat to all those years I was struggling with that damn X-Max. But whenever I screwed around with that X-Max and it ended up breaking on me, I took that truck out and ran the living hell out of it, giving it all the hell I could possibly give it. And on top of that, that R5 is literally based off of that same buggy. It has the exact same parts on it. I melt the diff case for that. And yeah, since I got the parts from the Red Cat, from the buggy, that fit right on that truck. It was right there. Done. There's just no coming back from that. I mean, it is what it is. I want to see a V2 of this thing with actual fifth scale drivetrain components. I mean, diff wise, if they can make that diff cup larger and put M4 screws on it, that'll be perfect. Then that'll be another thing that would easily be rectified. The drive shafts, 5.5 millimeter Arrma, 5.5 millimeter drive shafts on this damn thing. I can't even say anything about that. I mean, it's still a tough truck, but when you want to send this thing and literally one jump and the drive shafts are turning into noodles, you know you got something that needs a hell of a lot of upgrades. And I know there's a bunch of third parties out there that deal with the upgrades, but if it came with the shit itself, it would never need it. Ever. Arrma, please fix these damn trucks. I don't care what the hell y'all do to them, just fix them. And please, for the love of God, don't just slap the Firma system in the EXBs and call them an RTR and call it a day. That'd be the worst thing y'all could do. Pain in the butt. So I'm going to go on and button this thing back up before I start working on it and thinking about upgrading it when I really don't want to. And call it a day from here.